Hello, how are you doing, my friend?
I'm doing very good, my friend. How are you doing, my friend?
I'm doing very good.
That's very good, my friend. Shall we get into it?
Yes, we shall.
Then let's. Hello, everyone. Sorry about the whole messed up schedule thing with all the uploads.
Schedule. Yeah, never heard of that one.
We really didn't have enough time.
Yeah, lots of stuff going on with like college and stuff and work and yeah. But we're back now.
Yeah, we should be able to keep with our one video a week sort of thing going on.
Hopefully, yeah.
So this week we'll just be talking about our performances. So some people have requested to hear about that because we're both acting students.
Yep.
And so obviously we've been in a couple of productions.
A couple.
So the first one, our first production that we've been in.
Do you want me? Yeah, okay, I'll go first. So my first production was in year 10. If you're from America, you can look up what grade that is because I have no idea. But we did this play called Free. I don't know who it's by, but basically the plot of it's a bunch of year 9 students who get left without a teacher and they decide the ultimate heist is to go and steal a cookie jar from the head teacher's office. 10 out of 10 heist. So they send like the 2 really good kids to go and take them. Now, my role in this wasn't a big one. It was more like I was main character's best friend. And I don't know, it went kind of well, but like at the time, the one thing I remember the most about it was one of our PE teachers had recently did the London Marathon, and we decided to make fun of that because during the marathon he tripped on a curb and like really hurt his knee. So the PE teacher in the play was like this really fat guy who like ate loads of sausage rolls. So people were making jokes about him being fat and just kind of ad-libbed in the like, how the hell did he run the marathon? And literally everyone was just like, ooh. And he was in the audience as well, which made it a lot like, yeah, just a lot better. But like, it was kind of bad considering we literally had to have a script on the stage under like a desk because people were so underprepared for it. But yeah, that was my first performance. What about yours?
Well, basically, before I was doing acting and being on stage, actually performing, I was a ballerina for my ballet class. We did pantomimes every single year. And so, if I remember correctly, my first actual on stage performance was of Aladdin, where we had to wear Oriental sort of looking outfits, and so we had the corn hats, and it was so much fun because that was like my first experience of actually being on stage, and I just remember having a lot of fun with it, and that was my first experience of actually performing. But I didn't actually have any lines, and so that sort of helped me develop into the actress I am. Because, like, Joker will agree with what I'm saying, or I act in my face.
Yeah, definitely.
And so that's where it's really come. That was my first experience and first performance, really. But in terms of actually acting, my first experience of that was in year 6 when we did Oliver Twist, and I was the rose seller. I didn't really do much. I literally walked on stage, sung a few lines, and walked back.
Ooh, major role.
I know, right?
Major breakthrough.
But, yeah, that was my first experiences of being on stage. Ooh.
Okay, let's move on to current day sort of stuff. Now, our first thing in college, where we did the whole Firebird.
Oh, yeah.
Want to talk about that for a sec?
Yeah, why not? So, yeah, the first major project that we did together was of a production called Firebird, which is basically a story about this girl who meets a guy who basically prostitutes her out.
Yeah, that's the best way of putting it.
Yeah, and it's just follows the story in those 3 stages.
Yep. We were all given like scenes for it. We weren't actually doing the whole play as like, oh, you're this character, you're that character. My character was quite possibly the most boring character you could ever be, because he was literally just like a normal police officer. Fun. Like, it was just in an interview room, everyone was like sat down and like, I don't know, it just didn't, I don't know, I just didn't click with it. It just wasn't my sort of thing.
No. Well, my character that I was given, I was Tia, which is the main girl involved, of the girl who meets the guy get prostituted out. But the scene that I was given, we were given one scene, and the scene that I was given was the most intense one, because that is just after she has been prostituted and she like assaulted a guy, basically, putting it lightly.
Yeah.
And so that was the scene that I was given. So it was very different to your scene,
which is very boring, and yours is very physical.
Oh yeah, a lot of lifting, hitting, pushing.
I thought more action.
But that was my first actually college experience.
Yeah.
But we've been in more together, like in scenes like with class.
Yep.
The recent one of Blank.
Yeah.
And they've been quite different.
They have been really different, yeah. So for class, I mean, I don't even know what class was. Like, to be honest, like,
it was a connections play. So.
No one really knew what they were doing. Like, their characters just kind of were, for most people, just themselves, because like the characters weren't really like, for the side characters, which I was one of those. They didn't really have much to go off of, so people were just kind of acting as themselves,
yeah.
Which for some characters worked, for others didn't.
And then Blank, I think that was the best for us.
Blank is the best for us, yeah. We had like really good parts in that.
Yeah, and we were actually, because there was no real like stage directions to the characters, because they're just like blank scenes, 60 separate scenes with no set characters. Basically all the characters in the scenes are A, B, C, D, or E.
Yeah.
And so we were able to play around with our characters and actually make them our own without being told, okay, this is your character, this is what you're doing, which
yeah, it was a lot better set out than like class.
Yeah,
that's all I'm gonna say. But yeah, that's our performance experience.
And then let's move on to performances that had something go wrong in them. Like, they don't have to, like, the performances themselves don't actually have to necessarily be bad or wrong entirely, but something has happened that wasn't a part of the performance.
Oh, yeah. We had some. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to when I did 3. Obviously, as I already said, a lot of people didn't know their lines, and literally a week before the show was gonna go on, it was potentially not gonna go on because of how many people just didn't know what they were doing. We literally had a talk with the head teacher, like our drama teacher got the head teacher in because of how like terrible it was going, and like tried to get us to do stuff. Like, I was one of those people that actually knew my stuff, but a lot of people didn't, and it did come to the fact that we had to have a script on the stage. I don't think anyone used it, but there was one there just because of how underprepared we were. But yeah, that's probably the least professional one I've had. Obviously, I had a musical which didn't go too well, High School Musical. Don't know if you've heard of that one, but yeah, I played one of the main characters, Chad, and it went alright. I guess as alright as a musical can go, but there were some major slip-ups, mostly on my part.
For me, I haven't really been in many productions, but I remember when I was in year 8, school I was in was doing a production of Chinese Chocolate Factory, and I got one of the parent roles of Violet Beauregard's mum, and so during the entire performance I had to do an American accent, which
gosh.
honestly, it was not good. It was like the deep southern, this old American accent, where we go down there. But on the very last night, when it's supposed to be perfect and everything goes well, basically we had a screen, the news broadcast that go up and down for the different times that the children find the golden tickets. Just before the pair that was before me and my child, the screen didn't go up, and so the performance kept going, and the actors on stage did a really good thing of keep going, and even when the actors had down TV always not working, just while we wait to fix the screen.
Yeah.
And in the same production, Violet Beauregard, the person playing that character, had to wear a suit that blows up for when she turns to the delivery. Except that night, just when she was about to flick it on, it didn't turn on.
Oh.
It turned on.
Yeah.
But it wasn't blowing up, and so I taken all of the stuff off that I had to, the joggers, but it still wasn't blowing up. So
Yeah.
I was thinking the actual Alex on stage in genuine confusion, what's happening? Luckily it did blow up by the end of the song, but that was
panic.
pretty much. I tried to keep my cool, but obviously I was in year 8, I wasn't really purely confident with what I was doing. But cool, I remember once I did a pantomime of Cinderella, and it was with the dance company I was with, and one of the actors was wearing a wig because she was the ugly stepsister, and I can't remember what happened, but the wig somehow fell off. I can't remember what she was doing, it just sort of came off, and the lead person was playing buttons. He was like, "Alright, keep your hair on, darling."
Well, that's a good way to
So that was the time that production was.
Yeah.
And I haven't been in many, so not many things have gone
same.
wrong.
I've only been in 5, I believe. Yeah, I think it's 5. Because I did 2 at my old school and then 3 at college.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, 5.
That's about the same for me. Oliver Twist and Trying to Talk Back to. Oh no, 6.
Oh, there you go.
Because we did it with the Wasp when I was in Lollipop Guild.
Fair enough.
Literally, I was on stage for 2 seconds, sang one song and left.
Oh,
that
great.
And then basically, when how my middle school did productions, if you went on stage, you were sat at the side.
Oh,
and
so you just kind of sat there.
Yeah, the stage was here, and where you walk into the door is here.
Yeah.
I was sat here.
You were just sat at the door for the whole thing.
Exactly.
Well, that's great.
Yeah.
That's our performance stories.
Yeah.
If you have any, if you do that sort of thing, let us know in the comments. And also let us know what you want us to do a discussion on next time.
Yeah. So, as always, comment, subscribe, show us some love.
Make sure to unsubscribe, dislike. No, I'm kidding.
So comment what you'd like to see us do next. And again, apologies for all the uploading.
We're gonna try and get it back on.
Yes.
Back onto speed.
As always, with holidays coming up, with it being the summer holidays, we can't always comment, so we might do a couple of solo videos just to upload something.
Yeah.
But we'll try and get around it.
Yeah, we're gonna try and work our way.
Yeah. So thank you and
bye.